Hey guys, iJustRengar here, and today I wanted to come at you with a video that I've wanted to make for a little while. I've kind of touched on this subject in all of my videos before, and this is the biggest mistake that low elo players make, and the biggest thing that I see whenever I'm coaching, whenever I'm doing anything, and I just kind of want to show it to you guys really quick. It probably won't be the longest video, but I just want to show you guys exactly what the issue is and how you can fix it. So, that's a little weird. So anyways, the main issue that every jungler that I see in lower elo makes is their pathing. Now, a lot of people will they'll have a normal standard first clear. So, for example, they'll be taking their red buff, and they'll do their red buff really quickly, and then after they do their red buff, they'll head to, say, their chickens. After they take their chickens, they'll head to their, so they'll take chickens, and then they'll head over to their blue buff, and then from there, they're level 3. So what happens from there is, yes, you get level 3, and then what do? You go and you gank either mid, or you gank top. Now, that's just a super standard thing, but the thing is, a lot of people don't know what to do in jungle after that. They have trouble figuring out, oh, well, what do I do next? And the main issue is that they're not making a plan, they're not clearing efficiently, and they're just not thinking ahead. Now, one thing that you need to think about, and one thing that you guys should all note right now, every jungle camp has, aside from Rift Scuttler, and obviously like Epic Monsters and the buffs, every camp will have a cooldown / respawn timer of 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So 2 minutes and 30 is going to be the timer for, let's say, Gromp. So Gromp dies, 2 minutes and 30, it'll respawn. So it's the same thing with wolves, it's the same thing with chickens, it's the same thing with the golems. Now, the only thing that's different is the Rift Scuttler is 3 minutes. So when you clear this bad boy in 3 minutes, it'll come back up. So, one thing that's important to note, and I'm going to use one of my own quote-unquote cookie-cutter clears to kind of demonstrate an example of efficient clearing. This also uses a lot of counter-jungling in this one, and it assumes that you do a correct level 2 invade. So, in one of my favorite clears, I take my red buff, I go over and I take my chickens, and then I walk over through here, up here. Now, this is the part that's a little bit inefficient because I walk through a bunch of places and I don't really go, I walk past camps, but I do get this one camp along the way and I get here in time for the enemy jungler. Now, around the time that you get here, this will be at around half HP, typically. And by the way, I'm not saying that you guys should do the level 2 invade, I'm just using this as an example. So, what you typically want to do is you want to kill the enemy jungler or force them off of the red buff, take the red buff for yourself, and then from there, you do something like this. You take these chickens, you come over here, you take these golems, you come down here, you take this scuttler, then you take Gromp, blue, wolves, chickens, and then golems. Now, this clear is good because it's completely efficient. Aside from like the little bit of a detour walking through there, the only real time that you walk over steps you've already made is when you go from the red buff to here, back up to here. Now, the key to an efficient path is by making sure you don't walk over where you've already been. For example, if I was to clear this jungle right now, if I was a jungler, I wouldn't want to go clear this. Oh, yay, I'm going to go take this. And then after I clear this, let's say I walk down here, and I clear this. Yeah, let's get this done really quick. And then after I'm done clearing this camp, the worst thing that I could do is, like, the best possible outcome for right here is that I'm only clearing this camp so I can gank bot afterwards, and that would be reasonable. But if I come down here and I walk over here, I'm wasting this amount of time that it takes to walk down from here to here and from here to here. So right now, let's just count really quick. 5:30, we started the walk. Actually, a little bit before 5:30. So in total, to get from here to here, that was 9 seconds. So that means that you lost 18 seconds. 18 seconds is actually a huge amount of time when you think about it. That's the amount of time that a level 2 Zac E has when he has blue buff. Or actually, maybe it's level 3. So, literally, somebody could... In the amount of time that's 18 seconds, I could use 1, 2, 3, 4... 5 Qs. I could use 5 Qs in 18 seconds. That's a huge amount of time, guys, if you think about it. Well, almost 5 Qs. So just kind of think about that and keep in mind your pathing. You never want to walk over places you've already been, unless you see a counter gank that you need to go and be a part of. If you see a like an enemy laner is overextended and you want to go and punish them, that's okay. But please, please, please make out plans in your head. As soon as you go back, what you should be thinking immediately... Oh, that's my bad. What you should be thinking immediately... So if I go back to base, and then I respawn right here, my immediate first thought is looking at the camps and seeing what's up. Okay, so my golems are gone. When did I take golems? Well, I pinged that at 6:30. I remember I checked my thing at 5:30, so 5:30 is when I took these golems, a little bit before then. So 5:15 I took golems. That means that golems are going to be back at, and then you do the math. You add 2, so you had 7, and then you add 15, or you add 30, so then boom, 7:45 is when those are going to spawn. So I know if I go and clear this, clear this, clear this, clear this, clear this, this will be up by the time that I'm done with that whole clear, because that whole clear is going to take me at least like a minute, minute 30. So that's something that you guys got to keep in mind. And then here, 7:44, these came up. So that's like exactly what I'm talking about. And you can use little cues to see when these camps are going to come up. What I typically do is, let's say I clear the I clear the red buff, right? So I go over here and I clear this red buff. And right after I clear the red buff, I go over and let's say I go and clear out these chickens. So come over here, I clear the chickens. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the red buff timer in association with the chicken. By the way, you can also just press say CH and then have a timestamp, and then you know exactly when it's going to be. But if you want rough timers that you can use on the fly, just come over, look at this, and then say, oh, I cleared chickens like 10 seconds after. And then you know from here that when this is on 420, so that'll say 420, when that says 420, the chickens camp is going to spawn over here. And that's just a really simple and quick thing that you guys can do. Anyways, I kind of droned on quite a bit this video. I hope that you all enjoyed and that you learned a little bit from it. My goal of this was kind of to show you the main issue that I see whenever I'm on my Smurfs, playing normals, and the one thing that is always the difference between me having 10 CS per minute versus another jungler having 4 or 5 CS per minute. And you'll notice that as you go up in ranks, the amount of CS per minute that junglers has dramatically increases because they farm more efficiently. Or their kill participation increases and their farm stays the same. And the reason for this is because they farm efficiently and at the same time they get a ton of ganks off. So you can either be a power farmer that power farms correctly, or you can be a mix of a ganker that at the same time of ganking, they're also able to just farm efficiently, and that lets them keep the same exact amount of creep score as somebody that would be power farming that just doesn't know as much about the jungle. Anyways, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit of a short one, but I just kind of wanted to show you guys this, and I know how much you guys like the educational videos, so tell me if you enjoyed this shorter video, and thank you all so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.